But bottom line, that mudslinging, whatever you want to call it, has contributed to the unfavorable ratings that both candidates seem to have. In fact, they're almost tied with negatives. We have rarely seen a contest like this where the negatives are so high for both candidates. The closest was Carter and Reagan when they set off in 1980. Ronald Reagan's dramatically improved, of course, by the election. But that was then. What happens now? It's the former Virginia governor and Senator George Allan. Governor, what do you think?
Well, what I think, it's a close race. I think Pat Goodell, by the way, just gave some really good advice. What you see is that it's a close race, but a lot of the voters have very high unfavorable ratings or impressions of both candidates. And indeed, when you look even further, those who are supporting one candidate or another, many of them, and in some cases most of them, are mostly for a candidate in antipathy or opposition to the other. And what I'd love to see is both of the candidates' campaigns pivoting towards positive, constructive ideas that will improve job opportunities and security.
Don't hold your breath. What I fear is that
it'd be refreshing.
Well, I hear you, but I think now we've proven that this is an effective campaign strategy, and I'm wondering if it risks imploding on either or both of them, and they do have to go back to these issues. What do you think?
Well, to some extent, I would like to see the voters and those in the media ask them specific questions on what would they do, whether it's tax policy or regulations or productive energy policy, and make them actually answer these sort of questions. The negativity is part of campaigns, unfortunately. For many voters, though, I think people are, in my view, motivated three ways: either by fear, or then there's revenge or hatred, and then the third is motivated by love. And it would be nice for people to say, I am for this candidate because this candidate is going to improve opportunities for my children to get jobs. It'll make our country more competitive.
But Governor, what do you make of the argument that Donald Trump tries not to do that because he got this far, keeping it big picture, not wading too much in the details, pivoting when he had to, but every pivot was sort of something that stung him a little bit, but he always rose in the polls, you know, going for the jugular, being relentless on the attacks, and that, you know, he doesn't want to get in a policy debate with Hillary Clinton, that could be to her advantage, whether you agree with her policies or not, that you don't want to wonk with her, you want to throw grenades.
Well, there's several things that the voters are saying and they should be listened to. Number one, they want change in Washington. That helps Donald Trump. They would rather have somebody from outside who'll shake things up, right, and is not part of the establishment. The other thing that voters care about is the economy and jobs. And I think Donald Trump really, with his background as a successful businessman, can actually say, here's ways to get our country that is a leader and best in the world. And we have the most energy resources. And let's bring back these billions of dollars that are overseas, bring it back here to America. And I think that can motivate people, not just identify what's wrong, but here are the solutions.
Governor, well put. Hope springs eternal. Thank you very much, sir.
Great to be with you, Neil.